welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Bex, a mum to Finley who's a year-old, and I make videos about parenting, lifestyle, motherhood after infertility. I make all sorts of videos about mum life, home life, interiors, hacks, hauls. So if they're the sorts of videos that you like, then please don't forget to hit subscribe and the little bell below so you know when my videos go up. As the title suggests, today's video is another baby name video. They always seem to be my most popular videos, so let's just get on into it. The first name on my list is a name I think that would suit a girl best, and that is Anise. Anise ranks as number 4,763 on the list, which means only 4 girls were named this last year, and the name's origin comes from the licorice plant. If you cook with quite Middle Eastern ingredients, then you will have probably used star anise at some point. The second name on my list is Bay. Bay is now quietly creeping up the charts. It's still relatively rare, but you are starting to hear it now, particularly on sort of Instagram and YouTube in terms of the baby name community. So Bay is number 1,363 on the list. I think it could be used for a girl or a boy, but I think it tends to be used more as a boy's name, and that's why I've given it the boys ranking. So 19 babies were named this last year, and the name Bay comes from the Latin word bacca, which is a reference to the blackberries on the bay tree, which are inedible. Which nicely leads me on to my third name on the list, which is Berry. Now, I thought you could use Berry for a girl or you could use Berry for a boy, but if you were using it as a boy's name, then you could maybe work it in with the name Beresford. Berry for a girl is number 2,547 on the list, so still pretty rare, and Berry for a boy isn't even ranking yet. So if you like the name Beresford and you want to use the nickname Berry, then a little bit of a background on the name for you. Beresford is a place name and originates from Staffordshire, and Berys means bear. If you love nature names, hippie names, woodland sorts of names, then that might also appeal to you. My fourth name on the list is a name I think would be perfect for a girl, particularly if you like French names, and the name is Anjou. Anjou is a type of pear, and the name Anjou comes from a region in the Loire Valley of France. If you do like this name, then you'll also be happy to know that it's not ranking yet either. So very rare, very beautiful, and I think is a lovely alternative to names like Angelina or Amelie. My fifth name on the list is a lovely sort of autumnal name, and I think would suit a girl. And that name is Bramble. I think some of these names would be perfect as first names like Anjou. Others maybe suit the middle name spot better, and I'm wondering if Bramble is one of those. Bramble isn't even ranking yet, you'd be happy to know, and just has that lovely autumnal sort of association with it. I did an autumn baby names list, and I think some of the names on this list have that same sort of feel, or a couple of them do feature on that list. So if you like some of these names, then I would also suggest hopping on over to have a look at that. I'll leave it linked below. The next name on my list is a unisex name. It has been used for boys and girls, but I think I prefer it maybe more as a girl's name, and that's Clove. I love the name Clover, but I think if you're looking for more of like a spice food sort of name, then this would fit the bill. It's number 5,785 on the list, so incredibly rare, and it means that only 3 babies were named this last year. If you loved the name Bramble, then I reckon you'll also like this name. This name did feature on my autumn baby name list, but I couldn't resist adding it in here because it perfectly fits the theme, and that name is Damsin. Damsin is a type of plum and literally means from Latin plum of Damascus, which I think is beautiful. Damascus is the capital city of Syria, so if you have Middle Eastern links, then this could also be lovely too. And even better, it's not ranking yet, so it's one of these names that I've always thought would be just beautiful as a middle name. What I would consider to be the boys' version of this name is Gage, which did feature on my autumn baby name list, so if you haven't seen that and you're looking for sort of an autumn feel name, then I would recommend that you look at that. Gage is number 3,478 on the list, which means that 5 boys were named this last year. I just think it's beautiful. It reminds me a bit of Gabriel in that it has that same strong but gentle sound about it as well. It's just beautiful. The next name on my list is Romaine. The link to food is that romaine is a type of lettuce, and Romaine is a French name meaning woman of Rome, and I just think it's beautiful. I think it rolls off the tongue, has that lovely strong R sound. I think it's very feminine but strong sounding at the same time. It's also incredibly rare as it's not even ranking yet, so it has everything going for it, that name. The next name on my list I think would suit a boy, and that name is Bartlett. Bartlett originated as a surname and has been used for varieties of potatoes and pears. And the name Bartlett also originated as a nickname for Bartholomew. The name meaning of Bartholomew is of many furrows, which I think makes perfect sense with the whole potato and pear connection, because it means rich in land and you sort of sow potatoes in furrows of land, so it has that lovely farming nature association with it, but it isn't very in your face. I think if you like the name Barnaby, then you will probably like the name Bartlett, and I like that LET ending on the name. I think it's cute. I also think it's quite a modern take on the name Bartholomew, which I think is quite a big name to take on, whereas I think Bartlett is quite wearable. The next name on my list is a name that I think would appeal to girls, and that name is Plum. The name Plum isn't even ranking yet. The name has that quirky, cool vibe to it, and I think is a bit more of a wearable version of Peaches, if you like that name. It's not quite as obvious. I'd originally heard of the name through the author Plum Sykes, and I didn't know at the time that her actual name is Victoria, but she was nicknamed Plum due to Victoria being a type of plum. If you're looking for a short, strong, quirky sort of first name for a girl, maybe if you have a longer surname, I think this would be perfect. My final name on the list is a boy's name, and that is Armand. It reminds me of the nuts, almonds. I think it's a lovely sort of strong but soft sounding name, and the name has quite an interesting origin. The name is of French and Germanic origin and comes from the name Herman, and the name Herman means soldier or strong boy, which I think if you've had struggles to conceive could be quite a nice sort of way of honouring that struggle. I like that it's a strong name meaning but wrapped up in quite a gentle sounding name. Well, we've come to the end of my names list. If you like this video, then please hit like, please share it, and subscribe for more baby name videos. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!